All right, I am on. I am live. Let me just make sure I'm okay. Make sure you guys can hear me. Check out my phone here. See what's up. Now come back in. Anything popping up? Nah, it'll pop up eventually. All right. Quite sure people out there will tell me whether or not they hear me just fine. All right. Meter is moving, so I'm assuming you guys can hear me. Hey, what is up, everybody? I am Barry Gaines of GainesCon Film Festival in Las Vegas. I am the CEO and owner of that establishment, as well as Gaines Entertainment as well, which is my brand, the CEO of that as well. So I got a lot of things kind of moving along, but it's actually so much fun. And if you guys were actually looking at me in the past, as you notice, I haven't really been on social media as much. I just been taking a little break off a little bit, just kind of slowing down just some because I have a lot of plans, a lot of things ahead of me that I'd be prepared for. And doing these past several years of doing the World of Worlds and having premieres and doing the film festival here in Florida, and then the next one that happened this past December in Las Vegas, which was freaking fabulous. I just needed to kind of slow down just a little bit. You know what I mean? So I'm still in that phase a little bit, but I'm getting out of it, and I should be out of it by next week. I mean, this is how it works. But I just need to slow down a little bit and just kind of just take some time for myself because we have some big things coming along for GainesCon in particular. So let me just tell you what's happening right now. As you see, I got a bunch of things around me and whatnot. And these are the things I'm associated with, that either the owner of or associated with, mostly the owner of. Well, you know what? Let's start off this way. Number one, GainesCon Film Festival will soon be called GainesCon Media Incorporated. I am now incorporating GainesCon in Las Vegas as we speak because I will be moving there permanently. That's going to be my home. It's going to be my peeps. And we're just starting to roll toward that direction. But with this, it's not just going to be a film festival, but this film festival, I'm preparing it to be a nonprofit. Yes, GainesCon is going to turn into a nonprofit organization. I'm going through the process right now, the processing, setting everything up. I do have a few people that's going to be working with me. I'll announce them eventually. Right now, I'm just going to lay off a little bit, but it's going to be really cool. It's four of us, and we started this nonprofit for indie film that's within the action, sci-fi, fantasy, and horror genre only. And we want to be that kind of film festival because there's really not a lot of place for indie filmmakers who make such genre films have a place to showcase. And GainesCon is a place to showcase all of that. If you want to make something or you have made something and you go to other film festivals and they don't give you a chance, we can give you a chance. I mean, we are dealing with like the exciting movies. Not saying other movies are not exciting. That's not what I'm saying. But right now, we are sticking with the action, sci-fi, fantasy, and horror genre. So if you out there and you have a great movie that you put together that's badass, that's fun, that's exciting, that's pushing the envelope, all kinds of ways, then you know what? You are for us. That is why GainesCon is being made, to give you that space, to give you that opportunity to showcase your work. Our motto right now is showcase, educate, produce. Yes, let me tell you something. Educate's a big deal. We want to supply workshops, ways that it can help you with your career. Whatever you are trying to get into the entertainment industry, whatever sector you are trying to get into, we are going to be there to help. That is what GainesCon Media Incorporated is going to be all about. That's coming to you. And it's not just going to be for Vegas. It's going to be in Vegas there. We're going to help a lot of local Vegas entertainers, creators there who want to showcase their work, but don't have a place to showcase it. That's where we come into play. But this is an international film festival. And just like the occasion I had this past December, I had work from everywhere around the world. I mean, so many places: Australia, Germany, Japan, China. everywhere. America, obviously. I mean, everywhere. I mean, we had so many come from so many different directions. It was just amazing. And there's so much work out there that no one knows. And GainesCon is going to be the place for you to see all of that work, to see all of those new artists, including yourself. If you're one of those artists, then you know what? We want to give you a chance. We're going to supply a lot of things for GainesCon next year. This year, we probably won't be able to do the film festival because right now we're in a transition. Yes, this is a transitional year, and that's what we're calling it. You know, right here in the Gaines home, we're calling it a transitional year. A lot of things are being changed for the better. We are building something strong that we want to last well beyond my days. I want GainesCon to be here forever, and the only way to do that is to go one step at a time, build what I want to build, have the right people around me, in which I do, and just kind of keep it going and make sure that those sectors in the action, sci-fi, fantasy, and horror genre get their due, especially with the indie crowd. You don't really have any, they don't have any. I understand this because I am a director and a writer of action, sci-fi, and fantasy. I'm an indie writer. I put the money into my own movies, into my own craft, like many of you do, right? I mean, you go out there and you get the money that you can or whatever, and you make what you can and you go for it wherever you are in the industry. And a lot of times you could put all that money and all that time in and you throw it to certain festivals and they don't allow you in because that's not what they do. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's just not what they do. So you know what? That you can come over here to GainesCon. This is what we do. All right. We are there to give people some badass work, some exciting, big, new wave work. Okay. So we are going to be a place where it's not only just showing films. We're going to have a lot of other things involved, including expos. We're going to have vendors from local vendors there in Vegas, and even vendors coming to Vegas that's within the world, selling comic books and things like that. Like you see a lot in the Comic Cons. We're going to be part of that. We're going to be a Comic Con as well, along with a film festival. We are going to have celebrities come in to give a workshop for you guys. Just sit down and talk to the people who actually made it. People are out there that can give you secrets, give you pointers, and also maybe even give you a chance for a job. I mean, that's what we're going for. Give you a chance to get in the industry, to learn it hands on. No class can prepare you for real life work. I'll tell you that right now. No class can prepare you for that. You need to get your butt out there, get in there, and start to work in the industry however you can. And we are there for that. And that's what GainesCon Media Incorporated is going to be all about. So just keep a lookout for us. We have a lot going on. I can't say too much just yet. I'm not, until some things come around and things become solidified, and then boom, I'll go out there and make the announcement. But my team is ready. We're ready to rock and roll. We're preparing some more things for the launch, hopefully by the middle of this year, because people out there who know what you have to go through to become a nonprofit, it's a long time. It's like 4 months of waiting, and then you're registering first of all with whatever city or state, and then after that you have to wait for the IRS to go through your work. So it takes some time, but when it's ready to go, we're ready to go. And this is why we're going to need your support, because we're going to bring sectors from this genre out and showcase it. Example, let me give you an example. All right, so a big one that you guys probably know is going to be what? Stuntmen, stunt women. Even the Oscars is saying we need a category for these guys. These guys are the guys, these men and women have been entertaining us for years, doing incredible things. And the star would get the credit for it. Although we know it's a stunt woman or a stunt man, but they, they're not getting the credit they are due. And you know what? GainesCon Incorporated is going to bring that. We're going to actually have some stunt men, stunt women come and give a workshop for you, show you maybe different styles, how things are made, how they do things, what to look out for, safety measures. We're also going to have wellness in there. Yes, we're going to have actually a point where we're actually going to teach you about your own health and awareness, making sure that you are healthy. Because if you want to be in this genre, okay, I don't care if you're in the back or in the front of the camera, you're going to have to stay healthy. It's a lot of things going on in this genre. So like people running around, you're going to have, these huge sets with a lot of maybe cables running around. You're going to have people flying on these, on these wires. You're going to have a bunch of things going on. Visual effects guys are going to be behind on their, behind that screen far more longer than they would in other movies. So it's a lot that's entailed when you want to make an action, sci-fi, fantasy, or horror film. And especially an exciting one. So, this matters. And we're going to bring all these sectors. We're going to bring people, like I said, not just the stuntmen and stunt women. We're going to bring the artists that actually paint these sets. People like that people that people forget, and they don't even get their due or credit or even mention, when these movies come out. Set designers, sure, the set designers would get some due, but what about the people who actually are in there, building these sets, painting these walls, as I mentioned before, or the people who are actually like putting all of the electronics together, like everything that entails in these to make those stories incredible for you, to make those stories exciting. It's a lot of people involved, and GainesCon Media is going to give that to you. So keep an eye out, guys. Keep an eye out for GainesCon Media Incorporated. That is going to be the new name. We will be official pretty soon, and when it is, I will let you guys know. We're going to be registered in Las Vegas, so everything's going to be taken care in Vegas. We're going to have the film festival there, and we're just going to grow every year and just keep growing, and keep growing. We're even going to have like shows that builds up to the festival. So keep an eye out for that. So you have work right now. Say you have work right now that's in those genres that you just want to try. Maybe you just want to do it. Maybe you love it. But you may say to yourself, man, if I make it okay, I could throw it out there for people to see or whatever. But, I really like to go to a festival, a bigger festival. But a lot of these festivals just they're not taking that type of material. Well, that is why we are filling that hole, guys. We are filling that hole because I personally am a big fan of action, sci-fi, fantasy. That's why I've done 2 movies about it, A World of Worlds, that took us several years to make on my dime, but with an incredible crew that knew that, you know what? We're going to push it out there no matter what. We're going to make this no matter what the case is, and we're going to push it the best way we can. And this is why you see right in front of me that it's done. It's done, A World of Worlds that you can see on Tubi right now, 1 and 2. So check it out, guys. So another thing that I want to get into is that I've recently. So let me go back for a minute. So A World of Worlds, right, has a lot of effects. My movie, and those effects were done by a gentleman by the name of Prakash Kamarajan, and he has a team in India, and he was so beneficial, such a professional. Never complained. Gave me far more than I expected, and always pushing the envelope, always getting better. And he not only became a good, a good business relationship with him, but we became friends. And right now he is continuing his business with more people, and being on bigger productions and just becoming bigger and bigger. But his company, Wild Effects, is always there for the little guy too. Always there, always willing to help the indie. Cause it comes with the indie first, guys. It's all about the indie filmmaker, the indie creator, and that is what they specialize in. You are going to get Hollywood quality visual effects, for a great price. Yeah, I'm selling them because I'm the ambassador of them now, and I truly believe them because you know why? I am a customer. I'm a client. So if you look at like World of Worlds and see their effects, you can see what they did for me, And if you go to their page, wildeffects.com, when you go there, you can see the other films they have done around the world. And in fact, they've done Hollywood films. Years ago, they were a part of the visual effects team in John Carter, as well as 2012's, what is it again? I always forget the name of it. Total Recall, So they were on the team on that. And right after that, that's where Prakash was like, you know what? I want to get my own team. We're going to leave and we're going to do our own thing. And that's what he's done. So you want effects for your film. Doesn't matter what it is. They can do whatever you want. They can create whatever you want. You think it, they can create it. And they give you a great price as well. Because trust me, I am a client. Let me tell you something. Everyone out there who wants to do visual effects, right? You know what I say is expensive. Okay. It's expensive, okay, to do visual effects. And so much so you can see it on the large budget films where you say you can see where they cut away because there's like, you know what, we don't need to pay that effect. We can just do a cutaway or something. It's expensive. But wild effects will work with you. They will give you top quality visual effects. I just have to push these guys. These guys were so important to me, so important to me for several years, making a world of worlds right here. Where it's right there. Yep, my world of worlds. And you know what? It's still I'm just very happy to be part of them because I am proof that they work with me and it was so great. So great. I couldn't do it without them. I tell you one thing. I tell you one big thing I love about them as opposed to other visual houses that I was going to work with. When I started, you kind of know what you may need for a scene for a visual effect. If you say you're outside, you don't have no money to put a big old green screen out in the forest, or out in the street, right? So you figure like there's ways like, you put little check box, little pieces of paper with maybe a star on or something. And so the visual effects artist can have something to track. They track that. So they can put the effect in so the effect will shape accordingly to your scene. Now I remember doing that, and Prakash comes to me and says, "Yeah, don't worry about that. We got that. You don't need that." I'm like, "You don't need that? Like you don't need the checks. You don't need the green screen if I whatever." And depending what I want to do, most of the time he was like, "Yeah, don't worry about that. We got that. We can work it out." And they did. And they were like one of the first ones that just said that to me. Now, visual effects artists right now probably say, yeah, I understand that. But I'm just saying from my personal experience, I went through a few visual effects artists. And it was a thing. You had to put things in certain places so they could track it, things like that. And I get it. I know what that's about. But dealing with someone that said, "Yeah, don't worry about that. We'll work around all that. We'll give your effect whatever you need. You don't need to do all that. Just give us the film, you know what I mean, and or the clip, and then we'll work it from there." So I was like, wow, like you don't need none of that. So that is what I'm saying. They make it so easy. Like so easy. So get with Wild Effects, guys. I mean, get with these guys. I mean, you don't have to think. And as being an indie filmmaker like myself, we don't have any money. Like, we're like cringing for dough. We're kind of like asking mom, asking friends, doing everything you possibly can to get your movie made. And you need help. We all need help. Those guys help me. Wild Effects help me. So I am very, very happy to be their ambassador. I can't tell you how many times they saved my neck, and just made the scenes better than I filmed it. And anyway, thank you, Wild Effects. I appreciate that. Also, as you see, I have another poster here because about number one. Let me go back. So you see, I got GainesCon, which is my film festival, right? That's going to be a nonprofit. So people out there who want to donate, hold on. We're going to be out there really soon. This is going to be something big, something different, something badass, and we are not stopping. We want to be the biggest and the baddest. That's what we're going for. GainesCon goal is to be the biggest and the baddest and the most fun. We want to give everyone their due in this genre that no one gives. And we want to give that experience to everyone, to give everyone a chance that's in that genre from all sectors. And also, as you see, my movie here, that's on Tubi, A World of Worlds. So check that out. And I just spoke about Wild Effects, who is a great visual effects company. If you want to know more about them, just contact me, or you can go to Prakash Kamarajan's page, or just go to my page and look for his name, because I could be chopping his name out because I always do. But his name is Prakash. I call him P. So look him up. Need any questions, you come to me. All right. Now, like I said, now you see another one here, right? The Guild. Ooh, oh, that is my next movie that I'm writing right now. And I had to put it out there. It's like, I just threw this poster together just to kind of get a feel of what will look like or whatever, so I just kind of threw it together. It's not the official poster or anything. It's just something that to give me an idea of what it would look like if I put it out there in a way. And it's going to be really a badass movie that I'm writing. I'm still writing it now, a little slow on it, just because, like I mentioned in the beginning of this, I just needed to like slow down just a little bit. You know what I mean? I just did a lot for the last several years. So, but right now I'm back at it. You know what I mean? I'm back at it, and artists out there, hey, artists out there, you know what I mean, right? You know what I mean? Like sometimes you do something so long, so much, and so hard, and it's finally done, and you just feel like you just exhale. You just, whew, and you just don't want to do anything for a little while. It's not like you're not going to come back because that's who you are, but you just need time. And that was me. I just need some time. But you know what? It's enough of that. You know what I mean? I gave him a little time. Now it's time to get back to work. And that's why I'm on tonight. It's time to get back to work. You know what I mean? Let's get to this. So GainesCon is coming to you, baby. Gaines Entertainment is still there, which is my video company. So I still have that. So if you need a video done, editing or whatever, you get in contact with me on that. So I still have that going. And right now, GainesCon is going to be the big puppy right now. That's the big dog coming to you. So that one's going to be fun. Anyway, let me get back to the Guild. All right. So the Guild here, like I said, I'm writing that screenplay right now. Not to say too much about it, but it's really about a vampire who just wants to wipe the world clean and start anew. And there are other vampires and other immortals that want to stop her. And it's a queen, as you see, I mentioned her, right? Her. So it's a queen that's actually ahead of all of this, and she just wants to annihilate everything and start fresh. And all the mortals and everyone associated with the story is like, nah, girl, you can't be doing that. We're not starting over again. You know what I mean? I mean, pretty much that's like I'll tell you more later as I go along, but that's what I'm going to say right now. You know what I mean? But that's the Guild is going to be so fun. It's going to be such a badass, and it's definitely going to be rated R. I'll tell you that right now, guys. I'm not bullshit. It's going to be rated R, and it's going to have werewolves in it, and it's going to be really, really fun. So that's going to be my next big project. That project is probably going to be bigger than this one, War of the World. Probably, I can see that. This one is going to be strictly just badass, and I want to get. As I'm going along the process, I'm writing little by little, moving it along, but now I'm speeding up my writing. Like I said, I was taking a break. Now I'm actually getting on the writing, get my butt in that seat, getting in front of that computer and start to just flesh it out, get into that zone. Creators out there, you know what I mean, right? Writers out there, you know what I mean, right? You just kind of like have to be in that zone. And next thing you know, everything just gets silent. And then the outside noise goes away. And then the story noise replaces it. And then that's what you feed off of. And you just need time to kind of make sure you can get to that space, you know what I mean? And that's what I'm doing with the Guild. And the Guild is going to be gory, it's going to be exciting, it's going to be new, as new as we can get, and it's going to give you everything you love about vampires and werewolves and immortals and things like that. It's going to give you all the tropes. Definitely going to have some tropes in there, you know what I mean? But I'm going to try to twist it in a way where they'll feel fresh, it'll feel new, and that is what I'm doing with the Guild, you know what I mean? So that's going to be really fun. So one other thing before I get off, guys, I want to speak about is indie filmmakers and advertising and marketing, things like that. Really, it's marketing and work. And one thing I want to get into that I just want to voice my opinion on is, this is just my opinion, okay, guys? So I came across plenty of the visual effects artists and actors that may just they're in the movie and they come from an indie film, and indie films not done yet. They got some scenes ready to go, but it's not fully done yet. And a lot of times they may say, hey, listen, can I get like 30 seconds or 20 seconds to promote myself and you? And a lot of times they get rejected, and sometimes they do, because of course, like the producer and directors don't want anything out there until it's done, until it's ready to go and we're ready to push it. That's when we want to push it out there. So we don't want people to see anything before that. Now, My thing with that is this, and I'm very honest, just like myself. Not no one really knows me as much. I may be on Apple and Tubi and Amazon, but you know what? There's a lot of movies out there. And to be honest, guys, you know, if a visual effects artist and act like somebody just wants a few moments, maybe 10 seconds of the movie before it's actually completed, if you have a scene that's done, you know, or a moment that's done, just give it out to them. There is no reason to say, hey, listen, this is going to hurt me. It's not going to hurt you, because to be brutally honest, no one knows you and no one really cares about you. They don't. Your circle does, your community probably does, but the big picture itself, no one knows, you know, and that's the hard truth. And you need every possible way to get your name out there to a point where when people do hear your movie again or your name again, it may just mean something to somebody else who saw something from maybe an actor that they hired, or you know, they just saw something from somewhere about your film previously. So then when you do start to push it out there, say in the film festivals or what have you, or you know, wherever you're going to push it, you know, it would help. It can't hurt. That's one big thing that I have to say. You giving anyone or your actors or your visual effects artists or anybody a clip of your stuff before it's done, only a clip that's like completed, like you know, maybe you know, maybe some dialogue or something, but you know, it's pretty much done. But you know, you don't have to wait until the entire film is done. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, it's true. Like my movie's been out for a couple of years. It's like everyone knows it. I know that. I'm not living in a fantasy world. You know, I want to push it as much as I can. You know what I mean? But if you're an indie filmmaker, give it to the people, man, that work for you. You know, that worked their ass off for you, that did everything they can, and was there for you. And when it's their time, they want a couple of seconds or maybe 20 seconds or something like that, just to promote themselves and on, of course, and you, then you should just say, you know what, use this one for the time being. We're not finished, but you can use this one, get it out there, start getting the fire going for us. Thank you very much. But if you feel that, well, that's going to hurt you somehow, trust me, brother, it's not. Trust me on that, it is not going to do shit, because no one knows you. No one gives a fuck about you. That is why we do what we do, guys. We push it out there as much as we can so people can give a fuck about us. They do care because we got something to say. We got something to say. And we're going to just bombard you as much as we can and show you this is what I have. Do you like it or not? You know what I mean? But before they see the whole cake, they gotta at least give them a window view. At least let them see something before they taste it. You know what I mean? And a lot of times, if the actors or the visual effects artist or the composer or someone like that just wants a piece of it to use for them, that's free advertisement. That's free advertisement for you, brother. Don't you understand? That's free. It doesn't matter, because right now, while you getting your movie together and editing it and make sure it's nice and tight, that shit's circulating before you wanted that to be. And it takes time for that shit, right? You understand how this works now. You know, it's just the way it is. I mean, it's out there today, and in 5 minutes it's gone because someone else have their own shit, and it just keeps, you know, piling up on each other. You know how social media is. It's the way it is, the world, right? It's just the way of the world. It's just how it works. We know this, right? So we need to grind as much as we can when it comes to marketing anything we have. So when my guys come to me, even for my world, the world's being done, you know, they wanted a piece. I say, here. It's not fully done, but here you go. This will work. It's not gonna hurt. No one knows me. You think someone in if you're in one state, you think someone in Belgium knows you? You think someone in Germany knows you? You think someone in Japan knows you, or whatever? They don't. You want them to, you know, if you're indie filmmakers. So you want to say, hey, listen, please throw it out there. Just get my name out there, man. You know, just do something, you know. So when it's ready to go, and then I push it and I get my team and we start pushing it, that is going to help you, because people will, like I said before, to repeat myself, somewhere along the line, it's going to be more than you think that people are going to say, I remember seeing that about 5 months ago. Yeah, let me see what that's about, because that was a cool clip, whatever. What are they doing now? So I can say, for real, oh, okay, let me see what's going on. Oh, yeah, I saw the actor advertising that before. Oh, yeah, I saw the composer talking about that piece that he wrote for them like 5-6 months ago. Remember that? That is what you're going to do. So stop, guys. Stop with this whole thing of like, yo, don't put it out there, bro, because, you know, I don't want to spoil shit. You ain't spoiling shit, brother. I'm telling you that right now. You're not. unless you are a big studio and you have stockholders on your back and you're going to be in 60,000 theaters worldwide or more, and you're liable for money, for big money, then you can talk about, okay, let's just be strategic about how we release this. If you're not that, then don't worry about it. Move along and get that shit out as much as you can. Stop pushing shit before they're made. And I tell you this, if the big guys do it, they give you a clip with shit that's not even done, then why the fuck do you think you can do it better? Meaning that, why do you think that you shouldn't do that either? I mean, so that's just the hard truth. And for me, I know that too, even for mine. You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, for mine. Yeah, mine. You know? So it's one of these things, man. I just want everyone to kind of get out there and get noticed. And the people that work so hard on their work, us artists just want to get noticed. We just want our work to get out there. We want to make a living on this. We want to do what we do. This is what we are made for. This is why we were born. You know what I mean? It's in us. It's in us. So that's why you say, you know what? I'm just going to push it out there. And okay, and another thing too, this is how I look at my movie, okay? If I say this clip or something, or maybe if I put a little bit out there, it's going to hurt my movie, the way I say to myself, then I don't have a movie. If I say that to me, then I don't have a movie. If a little clip is going to destroy your whole shit, you don't have a movie then. Because you should have a lot of shit going on. I mean, it should be enough in there for people to kind of keep the interest on. You know what I mean? Keep interest. You must have some shit going on. It doesn't matter if it's a drama or what have you. It doesn't matter. A little piece is going to destroy your movie, bro. Stop. Just stop the mad. Stop. You know what I mean? Get it out there. We want to see it. It's going to help you. It's going to help everybody. Let's do it. And you know what? Once again, that's what GainesCon is about too. I mean, GainesCon Film Festival, you know, GainesCon Media Incorporated is soon is going to be called, and it's going to be called the Film Festival too. It's International Film Festival, but the company is going to be called GainesCon Media Incorporated. It's still going to be called GainesCon's International Film Festival in Las Vegas. But this is what I want to do with my film festival too. As you artists out there that are in the action, sci-fi, fantasy, and horror genre of all sectors, this is for you. We are going to push you. We are going to showcase you. You know, we're going to have standards. Don't get me wrong. We're a film festival. We're going to have standards. But the standards are going to be this: story and passion. Story, passion. That's it. I don't care how much money you put on the film. We do have a category for very low budget, which is called no budget, no problem. That's what I call it. Any budget is under $1,500. Give them you're going to have a shot too, man. You got your phone, you got your family, friends, whatever. You don't have the money, but you have a good idea and you want to try to, you know what? Give it to us. We give it a shot, see how it looks. Why not? I'm going to give you that shot. Barry Gaines is going to give you that shot. The shot that others do not give you. I'm that guy, man. I'm the filmmaker. I'm that guy for years. Just saying no, pushed away. Your shit's not good enough. Get away, get away, get away. I'm tired of that, man. I've seen too many great artists out there with some really fine work, and all because their camera work is a little bit off. They don't get it. What about the story? Is the acting good? Is the story good? You can work on the other shit. It's just their movie that they want to, move ahead, and hopefully maybe they can get a deal and redo it and on a higher scale and make it the way they want to. But right now, the film festival is supposed to be a springboard. Okay, I mean, film festivals, guys, understand. Film festival is supposed to be your springboard. Okay, unless you had a huge budget and you got actors in there, well-known actors in there. All right, that's something different. But you and me, guys, that's our springboard. We just need a chance. Like, hey, listen, I may not have the best look, but I got a fucking badass story. I got fucking great actors that are helping me now. Can you see what I'm doing? Can you give us a chance? Like, can we go somewhere to maybe talk about it where we can actually give it the scope that it requires? And can you help us out with that? Guys, that's what GainesCon is going to be about. Look it up. Remember this. I'm telling you now, I want your work. GainesCon Film Festival is about that. All your action, all your sci-fi, all your horror guys, all your adventure films, and you know, other creators. You're going to have, comic book creators. We're going to have involved in this, cosplay performers. Of course, vendors who sell all kinds of things. Comic books and action figures, things like that. We're going to have, again, as I said in the beginning of this conversation, we're going to have workshops. We're trying to get celebrities in there so you can actually talk about the industry. And you know what? Before I go, I just want to tell you this. When you see someone talk about the industry in GainesCon, we're not going to give you just the regular rub. You know what I mean? That you probably heard a billion times, but now you're hearing it from Keanu Reeves' mouth or something like that. No, we're going to give you the weeds. I'll give you an example of what I mean in the weeds. So say, for example, as an actor, okay, you go to acting school. Yeah. Mm-hmm. A lot of you have, right? Mm-hmm. All right. So you go there, you find yourself, you work it out, feeling good. You go out and start working. Yeah. What they don't tell you is, how do you deal with people who don't want to deal with you? How do you deal with a set? How does things work on a set? What do people expect? If you're on a larger set, what are the decorum of being on a set? What are the no-nos on the set? What things you should look out? All these little things, that is what we're going to have workshops for. We're not going to give you just the regular rub, man. Like, hey, you know what? Have your passion. Make sure that you're really into the character. Motherfucker, we already know that we're actors. We all give me something I can bite into, brother. Give me something that I need to know. That I need to know that no one ever told me before. And you know what? Those are things. And a big thing about acting, a big thing about being in this business is all about, come on, guys, you know what this is, right? The word is relationships. Relationships is everything in entertainment, no matter what you do. Relationships is everything. And a lot of classes cannot teach you how to get your relationship game in order. You have to go through the process. And at GainesCon, we are going to have people at least give you an idea of what to look for, what to do, how to kind of get around it, how to think about that. You know what I mean? So little things like that, So, and when it comes to action, sci-fi, fantasy, being an actor in those, there's a big thing with those, right? When it comes to being an actor with those, right? Now, I'm going to tell you something that you say, well, we all have to be that. But it's a little different when it comes to when you have to run around and shit like that and be on fucking wires, is your health. Okay. Health is a big deal. We'll have wellness classes. Health is a very big deal. And I'll tell you why. And what you eat is very important. Now, people say, well, I already eat well. I already know that. I'm physically fit. I know how that works. Let me tell you something. When you are on a set and say you are an actor that needs to run that morning, all right, there are certain things you shouldn't eat. There's certain dietary things that you should be intaking because, like potassium, things like that, a lot of it, don't eat greasy foods in the morning. Like don't eat any bacon, don't eat anything greasy, things like that in the morning. If you're going to move around a lot, because why? Because your stomach's going to get slushy because you're moving around a whole lot. You're not in a drama where you're just kind of walking around. You may do a run here and you talk here. No, if you're in a high power action film or a horror and you're doing a lot of screaming or like yelling and running, that slushing in your belly is going to make you sick for hours. And since you're going to be on a set for many, many hours a day, you have to understand how to eat. You have to understand what kind of vitamins you should have in your body because of just everything that those movies require you to do physically. And that is what GainesCon is going to tell you. Get into the weeds on that, give you an idea of how things look and how things should be. Bring in art, bring in martial artists and things like that to show you how they prepare, if you're not a martial artist yourself, So this will be a lot of things. Also, one thing too, before I run, guys, I know I said that already, but I promise you this time. We also are going to give you, right? Oh, anyone that comes in, self-defense classes, guys. Like self-defense is action. Self-defense. That helps for everybody. We even going to have we're planning to have rescue dogs and rescue animals there that you can take home. We're gonna call them like super dogs and action cats. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. It's gonna be fun. You go to a festival and maybe take home a rescue dog or a rescue cat or something like that. We're gonna have that. We're gonna incorporate everything that we possibly can that really incorporates not only what we are at GainesCon, but just being a fucking human being and understanding that action is not just about running around, but action is just taking hold of what you want to do and doing it and just bulldozing through everybody until you get it done. All right? Not being an asshole about it's a difference. Be careful. But being resilient, being focused enough, that's the action. That's action. That is what we do, and that's what we're going to promote. So, thank you everyone for being on here, whoever's on here now. I appreciate everybody that's on here. Like I said, look out for GainesCon. Where's my finger? There we go. Here we go. GainesCon, of course, if you can, guys, we appreciate your support. Go to Tubi or Apple TV or Amazon. Look up A World of Worlds 1 and 2 and check them out. We really appreciate that. Also, too, if you are a filmmaker and you need to get some effects at affordable prices, you know what I mean, and you want Hollywood quality, I'm not bullshitting on that one, then you know what? Go right there to my man. Where is it? Wow, it's so funny. I have this opposite. There we go. I got you. All right, so that is Wild Effects, okay? You call them up, contact me. I'm the ambassador right now. I can get you a hold of them, and we go through the process and get your work done. Then the guild. That's so much. I wish I could just say more about it, but that's my next screenplay about vampires and werewolves and immortals, and it's just going to be a different take on just all of that. And the guild is definitely going to be it's going to be a big deal, and I can't wait to finish the screenplay this year. And start to promote it when I can. Start having scenes. We're going to have scenes soon. I'm going to film small scenes as to kind of promote it. So watch out for that later in the year. So if anyone has any questions, please just follow me on Facebook and Instagram. And if you want to email me any questions, just say it says B Gaines, B as in boy, and my last name Gaines at GainesCon.com, boy. And we are going to have fun, guys. I can't wait to see all of you there in the future, and watch out for more of these videos. I'm going to give you more updates. If you have any questions, like I said, contact me. And everyone out there, please keep your action rolling, baby. And I'll see you all later. Peace.